Hey guys, a lot of you might have heard about Unemployable Property. It's been something we've been working on for months and months here at Unemployable. And to be honest with you, it wasn't something that we were initially looking at doing. But with the Unemployable business coaching that we've been doing over the last 12 months, a lot of people have been interested in property. And I've been blessed to partner with Shannon and Carson, who you guys are seeing on this panel right now, as business partners. And they entrusted us over 12 months ago with helping them with their business coaching. And during that time, I found out how successful these guys are and have been over the last few years in their property development and real estate journey. And this isn't going to be your typical, VSL sales letter where we're just going to be pumping Unemployable Property and selling. We just want to have an organic, relatable, real, raw conversation with you guys on what Unemployable Property actually is and who we are. So Carson, tell us a little bit about who you are and why people should be listening to you with Unemployable Property.
Sweet. Oh, I'm one half of Salt Developments with Shannon, and we've just been doing some projects over the last 4 or 5 years together, and like I said, we joined Unemployable to find if we had any gaps in what we were doing. We were happy with the way things were working, but then we also wanted the insight into our world. So, and now we're excited to put this together. So,
how about you, Shannon?
Oh, mate, my background is all civil construction. So I was on the trajectory of owning machinery and contracting out projects actually for what we do nowadays. And thankfully, I ran into Carson. He'd done all the educational training in a lot of the different communities. I was very green at the time. I didn't even know what a town planner was. I thought that was just the government position, a council position. And we linked up and started doing projects together. And
that's what attracted to me to you guys. To be honest with you, like how humble you are. These guys are sitting here and just having a chat about how inspired they are. But the reality is, over the last 4 years, Shannon and Carson have done over $100 million worth of land subdivision deals and over 170 lots. And this really sparked my interest because I've been in the development space for many years now, from renovating to building houses, small scale developments into mid-rise. And then I've been talking to these guys, and what I've learned from them over the last 12 months, I was like, we need to educate the rest of the community and others outside of the community on what you guys are doing and what I've been doing. Because I think, business and property coincide. Usually what happens is you make money in business and you want to invest in property. And that's what we're all about here at Unemployable, is helping people create wealth. So what actually is Unemployable Property?
Well, Unemployable Property is just going to be a community where we can help hold people's hands through that journey, because you can get chewed up and spat out pretty quick if you don't do it right. It's incredibly lucrative, and I just love that you can do it on the side of what you're doing. It's just it's an incredible vehicle to get ahead, and I think a lot of it came out of when we were doing the coaching stuff. I said to Derek and Adam, "Mate, why don't we do a property day?" Because we were talking about it a lot in the group coaching calls that we were doing every fortnight, and I was like, for me, a lot of all the educational material out there is just standing in front of a whiteboard and drawing pictures, and you buy this and you do that. But I'm a very touch and feel kind of a guy, and I think off the back of that success of that day, a lot of people it makes a lot more sense, becomes a lot more real, and that's what I craved when I started, and nobody was really doing that at all. So, we fumbled our way through, but I think you can fast track it when you can actually stand on a project, see what's happening, ask the questions: how did you buy it? How did you structure it? So how did you find someone to build this thing? Just those. I think it makes it a lot more real and easier to follow than just a lot of information getting thrown at you.
So. I agree. And what I love about you guys are just so relatable, right? In the property space, it's a very sexy space, and it's all about private planes and Lamborghinis and this different type of selling. But with us, it's going to be a lot more, like you said, a hands-on experience. and what the actual program entails. So we're not selling any courses here, guys. It's literally a high-level coaching program on property development. And what you do get is 8 one-on-one calls with any of us and also any of our coaching panel. So 8 one-on-one calls a year. And that coaching panel entails professionals that we use on a daily, weekly basis in our own development businesses, ranging from town planners, architects, financiers, ecologists, engineers, that are all going to be on the panel that you can also have access to on your coaching calls. We have 26 group coaching calls a year. So 1 every 2 weeks. And those are going to be on all different types of topics to help you on your property development journey as well. And we'll have experts coming in and chiming in on those calls, adding value in multiple ways. And we're also going to have events. This is one of my I get very excited when it comes to the events. That we had a property tour day maybe about 6 months ago or so, and it was such a great success. So included in that is we're going to be doing property tour days, and what that entails is literally all of us in multiple coach buses, so all the coaching clients, and we make a workbook of every deal that I'm doing, Shannon's doing, and Carson is doing, and we physically go and drive to every individual deal. And as we're driving there, Shannon and Carson and I are breaking down the deals, why we bought it, how much we bought it for, how we financed it, how much was made. And I think that's just going to be an incredible experience. Also with those, off the back of those property tour days, we're also going to have educational days. So the first one is going to be all of us in a room. It's going to be like a property live event. And it's going to be 1 day of full education where we're there on stage with, again, all the different consultants and all the different disciplines going through and learning and as they teach about town planning and architecture and what to actually look for in these property deals and how they're actually being funded and how you can actually find these deals and not have the money. So what we're going to be creating is an amazing community where you can be finding deals and you can bring it back to the community. And there's going to be people there that are going to be there for different reasons. Some might be there because they've got cash and they want to look for people with an idea and execute, or a block of land as an example. And we're also going to have live workshops. And those live workshops literally are going to be people bringing in their own deals and us breaking them apart. So what do you think about that, Carson? Like how valuable will that be?
Oh, yeah, it's gold. I mean, obviously, to have a real live deal where you can pull apart. We'll do it with some of our old projects, ones that we didn't buy, as important as the ones that you do buy. And then to actually break it down, piece by piece, and it's not just a subjective thing. So it'll be a real live deal. Like I said, for students and our own projects as well. So it'll be great.
Yeah, and part of these events, what we also have is some social events after. So after the property tour day, as an example, we then go and have a dinner, right? Dinner and drinks after, very, very casual. And this is a great time where you can network. And at these events and at these social events, this is when a lot of partnerships and joint venture partnerships actually happen, and business relationships. And not only that, but friendships. I know in these scenarios, in a lot of the rooms I've been in, I've met people that I'm still friends with for many, many, many years after that. So who is this actually for, Shannon?
Oh, I would say it is applicable to anyone who's interested in property, whether you're a business owner that's looking to buy another commercial property, whether you're interstate and you're looking at investment options, like, because we're going to be talking about rooming houses, subdivisions. It'll be across the whole lot of property, and just some basic 101s. Like, this stuff is stuff that we use even if we're buying our own house. I'm not saying it's for you if you're buying a house just on your own, but these are 101s of how to bring up mapping, how to bring up flooding, just stuff that the general public should know when they're buying a property, what to look up. So yeah, it'll suit for everyone.
Yeah, and you don't have to be an expert, right? This program is going to be detailed for people that actually know nothing. So it'll be a lot of hand holding right from the beginning, teach you exactly like what Shannon said before. What is a town planner, right? How do you engage a town planner? What do they actually do? How to look for a site, right? These are how to look for a deal. And these are the things that people want to know. And these are the things that we want to teach. And another thing is the urgency around it. So like, why now? Why do you think it's important to be looking for someone that's watching this video, thinking about unemployable property, or just thinking about getting into a property program, into a property network? Why is now a good time?
Oh, good question. I think, well, any time's a good time when it comes to property if you're doing the right strategy, because we're not looking for the boom, the next boom suburb or boom area. We're more about manufacturing our own upside. So, and our upside outperforms even downturns. So, a lot of our margins are 30% profit on cost, and you have a 10% dip, you've made 20%. Whereas a mum, dad, if you're buying an investment property, for me, that's riskier than what we do. Yes, you got to learn the steps and learn the process, but we are actually, in my eyes, doing a less risky, form of, investing than the average punter. So, I think if you're just going out there buying an investment property, trying to do what our parents did and hoping that we're going to get the same result, I think there's a much better way. And, when I was cutting my teeth, trying to learn this stuff, I was just looking for another out. I was cleaning carpets, had a carpet cleaning pest control business, just, making ends meet. And I needed a vehicle to get ahead. And property is the vehicle that I chose. So, and I didn't have money. So I guess I'm excited about it. Teach, how to get into property without any money. And the first time I heard that, it sounded like it just couldn't, you just think you're traditional, you got to get your serviceability, but if you find a good project, the money will be there. And so, and so we'll be teaching people, how to find a good project and how to find investors. And if you've got the money and if you've already got some runs on the board, happy days, you'll get there a lot quicker, potentially. But if you've got enough going here to find the deals, then you'll be able to bring things together pretty quickly. So, our first 7 or 8 projects we did with none of our own money.
And what do you feel that the market's been missing? Or what's going to make us different than other property programs that are out there now?
Look, there's a lot of courses. We've only been properly developing, I'd say, for 5 years, and we've fumbled through some investment and little things for 4 or 5 years before that. And I'd done probably a number of different, courses and educational things along the way. And there's little nuggets you get out of each one, but I feel like what we're putting together is exactly what I wanted. Everybody learns differently, clearly. So we want to try and cater to that as much as possible, but we're not trying to be everyone to everyone. We've got, that's why we're bringing in, the experts to share on, like you said, our legal team and our accountants and, town planners. And because, I was very slow because I just learned a little bit of a course and then tried to go out and fumble my way through. And it took me 4 years to do something that I could coach someone to do in 6 to 12 months now. So I think, I think what we're going to do, especially the hands-on side of things, it's going to be a lot more practical than just education. Watch the CD, watch the, log into your, to access to a course and fumble your way through. Like there's a lot of that out there, and we'll be giving a lot of our content away for free that a lot of people would traditionally be paying for. And then, we know that, I've been in a lot of these groups where it's only really the 1 to 5% of people in these groups actually do anything anyways. So I guess our plan is to try and give everybody what they need. So that percentage is a lot higher than it traditionally is.
I think that's the biggest part. There'll be real deals that we're in touch and feel, and ones that we've done, ones that we haven't done, stuff that our clients are actually doing. We're not going to throw a stack of textbooks at you to work through. You actually get to work through it with the consultants. And
I think that's one of the biggest differentiating points with Unemployable Property is We're not just going to be selling you a course for $3,000 or $4,000 and then just leaving you to go and learn it. And this is where the 8 101 calls, the group coaching, we're going to sit there and break down deals with you. So, and some of those deals will be great deals, and you'll learn that some of those deals are going to be very average deals. What we want to try and do here is have people avoid buying properties that they think is a good deal that's not a good deal, because I know that I've done it in the past, you guys have done it in the past, and we want you guys to learn is from us and our experiences, because we're not just sitting here on the outside teaching this, we're actually doing this. So we're doing developments every day, every week. We're in the trenches, and we want you guys to be in the trenches with us and learning. So again, guys, if you want to learn from people that have been doing it, Shannon Carson, 4 years ago, cleaning carpets, machine operator, to 4 years later, $100 million worth of land and 170 lots of land that they're currently developing. And I myself have done everything from small scale renovations to high-end luxury builds to mid-rise construction over the last 15 years, and invested in my first property when I was 18 years old, and just been following the whole journey, and we've all built a lot of wealth through real estate, and we want to help you as well. So if you think unemployable property is something that you would be interested in, click on the link around this video, and we hope that you guys join us on this journey. Thank you.